Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to How to Train Your Gavin. July means we are like smack bang in the middle of summer, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't think I've made any kind of hot summer reading list or anything like that. It is what it is. July's going to be a bit of a weird month for me. It'll be the first month where I won't be working in the bookstore anymore. And there's also Yalk. I believe there's only like one readathon that I'm definitely partaking in. And yeah, is there anything else? Genuine, it's just going to be one of the weirdest months and I can't even explain why. You're just going to have to stick around and find out. So like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you haven't already. See what I did there. So my TBR for July, I don't really have any big projects this month like I did the previous month. I like to space those out a little bit, and I am a little bit burnt out after Pretty Little Liars. So no big huge projects or anything. There is a book club that I will be a guest host on, and that is the Cliterature Book Club, which is hosted by Steph from Steph Loves. In the month of July, we are reading the Mindfuck series, or at least we're reading the first book by St. Abby. But me and Steph and Sandra is also going to be co-hosting that month too. We are going to be reading the entire thing. The books aren't really that big, and the font size in here is quite big too. So I believe the first book is only around about like 130 pages. So if you just want to read the first book, that'll be absolutely fine. We'll be talking about the first book in the first part of the live show, and then we'll go into the entire series. I might do an entire reading vlog for this. I do not know yet, but I've been wanting to read this ever since McKay and Katie picked it up. They've just made me want to read it that much more, so I'm really excited to read it. I've got some kind of stain on the top of it. Can't really find a really good, summary of this series to tell you what this is about, but Isabel on Goodreads says it's like Dexter and Criminal Minds, but with added romance in it. Seriously, I'm searching Goodreads and other websites for just a brief summary of what this is actually about, and I think it's some kind of like revenge thing, but when I've read it I'm sure I will soak in what this is actually about. It's about time to take a stab at the Mindfuck series. Oh, you are so cute. Do you want to come and say hello to everyone? Do you want to come and say hello to everyone? Ash says hello. Look, everyone says hello. Yeah, everyone says hello. Mwah. I love you. As part of the Play Your TBR Right live rounds that I play with my patrons every month, we won one round and lost two rounds. So the round we won was for Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. Very excited to read this one because I am desperate to meet Juno Dawson at Yalk, and I want to make sure that I've read Juno's book before I meet her, because otherwise, I'll just end up lying to her face, and I don't want to do that. So let's genuinely read the book first, and then I can tell her how much I love it. If I have to lie to her, I will. So yeah, this one comes out very, very soon, and I managed to get an ARC copy of it a couple of months ago, and really I should have read it by now. But this one follows a group of witches who literally protect Her Royal Majesty the Queen. I don't know if it's like the Queen we have now. I don't know if this is like an alternate kind of London, an alternate kind of world where the Coven of Witches protect her. That'll be interesting to find out. But I do believe there is dark magic afoot, and the Coven of Witches have to find out what's going on. The two rounds we lost, both middle grade. So I have Strange Star by Emma Carroll. Still really excited to read it though, to be fair. This is set at Lake Geneva in Switzerland in, I think, 1816? Yeah, 1816. And there is a girl who comes out of nowhere and tells a ghost story that will chill the blood because it's true. Something like that. Very wintry. And so is my next read, actually. The other book that we lost to was The Secrets of Winterhouse by Ben Gutterson. So this is the second book in the Winterhouse series. I was supposed to read this weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and I just didn't. I'm sorry. So yeah, this is set in Winterhouse. We follow Elizabeth, who... Oh, look, Ash is just like watching me. Are you proud? Ow! That hurt, baby. That hurt. Yes it did. It hurt. Are you just gonna like be a little naughty? I think it's because he saw the string on my shorts. I'm bleeding. He's actually made me bleed. So yeah, we lost these two, but my patrons conspired against me and made me lose against this one. So we aren't on speaking terms right now. So yeah, that was the Play Your TBR Right live out the way. So next is like the readathon that I am going to be partaking in July, and that is Summerween, which is running from July 15th to the 21st. Summerween is hosted by Gabby from Gabby Reads and Liv from Olivia Reads a Latte, and there are prompts, but I'm going to pretend they don't exist for just a minute, because I know one of them is read a book with haunt in the title, but Look, I have other ideas. None of these books on this list have haunting. And what I want to do for Summerween is to read BookTube's most hated thrillers to see if I like them. Like, I'm not going to read them just to hate on them. I genuinely do want to like them. So a huge shout out to Gabby from Gabby Reads for helping me with kind of narrowing this down, because I did ask on my Instagram stories what you think are BookTube's most hated thrillers. And I do have a whole list, but I want to try and read 4 books in the vlog, like, because it is a week-long reading vlog. I could probably read more, so I do have other options. But the main four that I definitely want to read are Survive the Night by Riley Sager, and that one was just a definite, because I even knew that before I even sent the story. I just knew that people would say Survive the Night. And then One by One by Ruth Ware, Nine Lives by Peter Swanson, and The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, which I actually do own, but I want to use my library. I haven't used my library, my local library, since I was a kid. I used to use it all the time, and I loved it so much, and I guess for some reason I just never really went back anymore, and since working in the bookstore, I've been getting like 50% off, and I'm just like, that's too good a deal to pass up on. But since I'll not be working in the bookstore anymore, I will be using my library. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's literally just like 5-minute walk from me. And gosh, I feel like partly why, little story time here, partly why I don't want to go back to my local library is because I have such fond memories of it as a kid. And going back to it as an adult, I just don't want to like ruin those memories, which is stupid. Like, it's not a thing, Gav, come on. But yeah, I loved it as a kid. I don't want anything to taint that. So I'm going to check these books out at the library. I'm not going to buy like Survive the Night and One by One and all of that. I'm not going to buy them. I'm going to go to the library and get them from there. So I'm really excited for my Summerween vlog because I'll be using my library for the first time in like 20 years. Might probably be around about 20 years. I was the last time I went. Wow. And then if I do read the 4 thrillers and I have time, I will pick another book from this list. So you'll just have to tune into that vlog when it uploads. Another project that I want to do is to read a lot of Yαoi books in one reading vlog. Now I have, I do have a couple more coming. I did buy a couple more, but I do have some right here that I need to talk about. So Yαoi is boy love. Yαoi is gay manga, and they can be very explicit. So I do want to do a reading vlog, reading as many as I can in a couple of days. So firstly, I have a couple that are digital, and they are Gay's Anatomy. There is like episode 0 and then volume 1. I think that's all there was of that. That series isn't in print anymore, but it was cheap online, so I bought it, and I want to be reading Gay's Anatomy. I think it's just a gay version of Grey's Anatomy, which, what more do you need? I love Grey's Anatomy. So I'm going to love Gay's Anatomy. I'm so excited. When I saw that was a thing, let's just say there wasn't a dry seat in the house. There are a couple more that are on their way, but I'll just tell you those in the vlog. But the ones that I own are all of these ones. I do have quite a stack here. So firstly, I have Change World Volume 1. This one is about somebody who has a crush on someone else on a baseball team. And then I think they become boyfriends, and then it's their sort of life after they become boyfriends. And this does have explicit content in, and it is volume 1, so the story will go on. And you know what, I'm using natural lighting and the sun's just like come out in full force, even though it's nearly 7 p.m. I'm gonna have to like move a little bit. And then I have Dick Fight Island Volume 2 by Reuben Ike, and I loved Volume 1. It was so good. It's such a fun time. So I'm really excited to read Volume 2. It was essentially a group of guys having dick fights in order to find out who was going to be king of the island. So I don't know what this one's about because it seems to not be set on this island anymore. And there's a lot of bums. A lot of bums on the back there as well. I probably shouldn't have shown that in a video, but... Then I also have Therapy Game and Therapy Game Restart. There is a volume 2 of this, which is on its way. And this is just about somebody who was recently dumped. He's straight, but he wakes up being spooned by a man. And I think it's like the exploration of his sexuality and the steamy relationship he has with this man. And I think Therapy Game Restart just continues that storyline. Look, who reads Yαoi for the plot? Although actually the next one, the plot sounds fantastic. It's Scattering His Virgin Bloom, and this one is about a coffee house worker, and he has a crush on somebody who is a regular, and he starts getting in heat when this guy comes in. I believe this other guy is like very arrogant. It might be a little bit like tension between them, sexual tension and all of that. I love this part. It says, will a sought after alpha such as Renjaku take his coffee and go, or will he take something much sweeter instead? He's going to take his virgin bloom, apparently. I also have There Are Things I Can't Tell You, and this one is about two people who are polar opposites kind of coming together. I had a little flick through. I don't think it's explicit. I think this is more wholesome than all that dirty, dirty sex and all the other ones. But yeah, I think it's like friends to lovers, and you know what? I need some sweetness amongst all this filth and nastiness that I'm reading. And then the last one that I own is Ten Dance 1. This one was recommended from one of my favourite YouTubers who reads a lot of Yαoi, called CDogVA. He is gorgeous, he reads a lot of Yαoi, he's like a very famous and big, huge YouTuber. He said this is like one of the best ones he read. So this one is like ballroom dance, and two guys who meet via ballroom dancing, I think. It says, a quick, slow ballroom BL romance that'll sweep you off your feet. Oh yeah, so two guys, they want to each become champion of the 10 dance competition, which means they'll need to learn each other's specialty dances, and who better to learn from than the best? Oh, they used to be rivals as well. Ooh, okay. Oh, then it might be a bit of enemies to lovers, that one then. Ooh. So that's all the yaoi that I have. And then finally, I think what I'm going to mention in this TBR video is that I am going to be doing the next episode in my first and last series. So back in May, I did the first episode of my first and last series where I read the first book and the final book in a series, and I started with Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I ripped the idea off Dylan is in Trouble, who watches a TV show, the first episode and the last episode, and that's it. None of the episodes in between. So that's what I'm doing with some series. So I was never really interested in the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, like, ever. I was never going to read it. But I will if it's going to be for the series, because I'm just going to read, I think it's City of Bones, and then, is it City of Heavenly Fire? Is that the 6th book? If I'm correct. Wow. Wow. Oh my god, I'm good. I am good. So yeah, I'm going to be reading only the first and last book in that series as well. And I want to see if my library has those books, because I'm not buying them, fuck that. I'm sure it will, and I can check online as well. I just haven't done all of that yet. It's not time. Look, we're still in June. I only have one book left on my June TBR, to be fair. So I still have a few days left. So honestly, I kicked June's butt. And so I'm hoping that I will also kick July's butt. So wish me luck. Wish me luck, give me all the good vibes. It's just going to be weird as well, because I am leaving my job at the bookstore, and I'm just like, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. That was my July TBR. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I have links to my social medias in the description box if you want to check me out on those. I do want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my content. And if you want to join my Patreon, I have a link down in the description box as well. No obligations, but if you want to, for a little bit more additional perks from the channel, from me, and all of that, then yeah, it's there. But yeah, leave all the comments down below. Let me know what you're reading in July, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye.